Okay guys, now you're looking at the following test bench. I'm planning to test some battery capacity on a test bench. So we have it's the so-called decelerator. It's equipment from a stunt industry. Doesn't matter, but this drum here, once it's spinned by a rope, it would propel this propeller, and the propeller has a wind resistance, adjustable wind resistance. And once the rope runs down here, it will increase the speed of the propeller. But of course, that will max out compared to the load applied from the falling person. In this case, we have a kind of brand new float wheel on the test bench, ADV Pro. And I'm going to charge it till it's fully charged. I'm going to use the VESC tool to set a constant duty. And I adjust the propeller. And if that's not enough, I'm going to go down with the position here to a proper position. So I will have the same values as a average person of 80 kilos would consume during an average speed of 20 kilometers an hour. And then we're going to see how many kilometers we could ride in an absolutely laboratory environment. So we're back, we're still standing. I decided to do some changes on the propeller settings, and then I want to test straight from the beginning. We are at a fully charged board. It says 100 here, so I hope you can see it good. I changed the propellers to almost nothing. I want to achieve approximately a 30 kilometers per hour ride on a 60 duty. I will probably go by RPMs this time. So I'm gonna go RPMs because then we're gonna see what voltage change we can see and duty changes. So we're gonna increase RPMs. So a brake, great. That was a full brake. Wrong button. So 6.5. Let's go 6. I go 7. So if we go 7,000 here, we're on an average of 15 watts per kilometer in the moment. It says around here, it says around 300 to 400, while it must be 1,300 according to the display up here, because here you can see it's between 1K and 2K. No, it's not true. It's minus 1K and 2K. It's not very easy to read. So it's a little bit irritating here with minus 1K. So while we see around 400. Let's see on the other screen if there's something else to see. Yeah, here that's better. So 400 seems right. Going 700, 7,000, 60 duty, current 6 amps. Okay, we're gonna let this run for a while. Having 36 ESC temperature, 34 motor temperature. We have an average of 15.3 watt hours per kilometer. Nice cruising speed. We're gonna have a look in about 20 minutes from here. I had the feeling that you probably like every 5 minutes a little update for those who want to do their own calculations in the end. So we're having 10 minutes here, 3.3 kilometers, which must be wrong. Kind of 3.4. So 10, 6 times 3 is 18. It wouldn't sum up with the 26 kilometers here. So I wonder why this is off. Maybe somebody of you guys will find out. So up here you're gonna see, for those who want to read it, we're on 81.4 watts, almost 5 amps here. The upper indication, draw, and then you can read it yourself. Counts. I let go of it, and then the counts will, the counts will stop when I hold this thingy here. Why ever? So, but down there you can see the counts actually. Temperatures, duty. Okay, I'll come back at 15 minutes. Okay, we're back here. 15 minutes into the test. We reached 5 kilometers, which is not correct to what I think. So either here's a problem with the outside diameter. So, oh no, that's not, actually this is not corresponding, because if it would do 26, so a force of 26 is 6.5, and we only have 5.5 here. So let's see if that is a problem with the start that we had, but in the moment it looks a little bit off. We're 16 minutes in here. We have average consumption of 40.8, as you see. Motor temperature slowly got up to 40. Nothing too bad. 37 on the ESC. Still the same duty, still the same speeds here. The battery says 83, which is, you can see it here, 80.9. You can see the counts, you can see the drawing. You can see whatever you want to see here for later investigation. I'll be back in a few minutes. And no, there's no readout on the board, so I cannot compare the LEDs here. They are off because of this issue with the threshold. Okay, we're back again. We're 20 minutes into the test. Maybe you want to see a few different things. First of all, this is actual numbers here. It's 7.5 kilometers. The numbers registered. So, I mean, like on BMS. Oh, that's not it. It's nothing here, of course. Okay, maybe you want to see the whole setup a little bit better. Always keep a good distance to the propeller, because it would probably chop my hand off. That's a big weight that is spinning there. So it's a nice little breeze here. You can see it down there. So we're using some energy. So you see it up there. I probably can zoom in, but I'm going to go too much closer. There's no readout on the bar, communication bar. We go around here. little preview here. There's a brake where we could apply some load to the system and make it climb the hill. That's where we're going. Going 70%, 77%. Right now, closing into 8 kilometers in 2 minutes. So coming out of a time lapse here, we are, according to the app, the VESC app, on 50%. Yes, just changed over to, the color just changed. We are on approximately 43 minutes, having 17.7 kilometers of ride. So that should work. We're having closer 87.3 volts left in the system. Still 46 amp, 4.6 amp. Most temperature 37. Yeah, it says it down here. It says temperature motor 45.5 here, while it says 49 on the main indication here, which is interesting. But for sure there's a reason why. We have 3,238 milliamps that we used. 3,200, yeah. So then we have a draw of 250 watt hours, 260. Okay. We'll keep on going with another time lapse for the next 15 minutes. So let's come out of the time lapse here one more time. We are at 59 minutes, closing into 26 kilometers, which is approximately right. It's 24.6 in the moment, but we had some ramp time in the beginning. So we are at 35% leftover according to the application, but in real we are on 75.9, so almost 76 volts, which is quite good. We've used, let me see, 4,390 milliamps hours, so 4.4 amp hours. Tacho counts don't really matter. Then what else can we look at? Watt hours draw, it's 345 watt hours. And then we average now on 50 grad Celsius on the motor. Yeah, that's probably also because we do not really have some airflow. Next time I'm probably going to pitch the propeller to the other side because it's pushing air to the right. But the soak is not that much, so next time I could change the pitch so we get some air blow a little bit on the motor hub. The ESC temperature is all the time on 37. What's quite interesting that we are going down on watt-hour consumption. So if you see the time lapse, we're constantly going down from 15 watt-hours per kilometer. It was in the beginning, I have to double check later. Now we are closing into, it always falls lower than 11 now, but you see that we had an average of 14. Well, some more clever guy than me can probably figure out why this is happening. Because as we set our controller to constant speed, so we're constantly going 26 kilometers per hour no matter what. So we lost battery capacity quite a lot. So the duty, of course, went up, if I understand this right. But we're using less and less watts. And that also shows here in the watts per kilometer. For me, it doesn't make sense. But as said before, one of you guys can figure this out for sure. I will look at this for another half an hour for sure. So the video is completed. Probably gonna aim to let it go to zero. Do a little time lapse in between until we're approaching zero. And then I'm probably gonna run it down to 54 volts if it lets me do this. We will see. Because this is a threshold where we would have 2.5 and something watts left on the batteries, which would be super low. So maybe I go 2.6 or something. It's gonna go rapidly low. So we could also now do some brake tests here and just make the motor work a lot harder, but then our overall test would be different and wrong. So for this now I keep it running just to see a nice constant run through. So we just turned red here on the last 20%. According to the app, 18 it says now. We did 35 kilometers on a pretty high speed, 26 kilometers per hour. Now the consumption is actually back up to 14, which is probably the most interesting thing on the on this whole trip here. We had dropping watt-hour per kilometer and raising watt-hours per kilometer, because the temperature here in the room, of course, is the same. RPMs are the same. I don't know. So we're climbing now actually. 16 watt-hours per kilometer. The duty, of course, it's close to the limit. Board cannot handle much more. Not a lot more. We're approaching 75. Of course, we're still trying to keep up the speed of 26 kilometers per hour on a rapidly falling voltage. We are at volts. It's on the other page. Maybe there's also 71.3. So divided by 2, it's still above 3.5 volts per cell, if I'm correct. Probably a lot of people will now laugh, but 71, it's 20 cells. So divided by 2, yeah, 3.5. So let's see. We are approaching 6.4 amp hours. Yeah, stay tuned. I'll come back with the next time lapse in a second. So things happen quite fast now. Yeah, of course I think I found out why the consumption now actually raises, because the main voltage drops, and in order to keep up with speed it has to throw in more amps, and then we have more watts. Is that correct? You probably all know better. But yeah, we're looking at 600 watts right now. We're looking at 13 amps here. The duty is up to 77. Yeah, we are at probably soon at the end of our run. 71.3 is the voltage in the moment. Let's have a look. The overall amps that we could use so far, it's 7,100 at the moment. So another amp hour I want to try to take out, maybe 900 milliamps hours. Then we would be at 8,000, which would be 95 of a complete battery capacity. Of course, we do have a fire extinguisher here, so the board cannot do a nose up warning because it's stripped down. I hope we can still get a good shutdown here without any major problems. So 6%, almost at 40 kilometers, constantly on 26 kilometers per hour, which is quite tough for the board, I think, because we're doing also quite some friction here. That's it. So that equals, for the ones who jump forward in the video, it's something like 80 kilo person going with 26 kilometers per hour on the ride, constantly 26. So yeah, we are closing in 5%. Give you a little time. Yeah, time to stick to the video maybe. We can fast forward. Oh, we have a shutdown here. So we had a no contact, low voltage. We had a shutdown. Just in time you saw it. We cannot connect to the app right now, so let's cool down, recharge, and see what we got. Certainly it was something like probably, yeah, of course, battery, probably the BMS shut it down. One of you guys will know. I'm gonna fix this video now, and then I'm gonna put it on the web and link it up to you. And yeah, curious what you find out through that. Thanks for watching.